What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with loose, complete, ungraded vintage Star Wars figures as well as vehicles. Lots of good data here, and I really could probably do a loose, complete video every single day. There's so much that sells on eBay, but I try to pick out either good deals or ones that look to be in really good condition or unique items such as this Polish bootleg first generation Zuckuss that is very tough to find. A number of different Polish bootlegs sold at auction here recently, and they were really good deals, really good prices relative to where they can sell sometimes on Facebook. So I wanted to go through all the good details here. And as always, let me give you one quick disclaimer. If you have a collection to sell, whether they're loose complete, loose incomplete, graded, ungraded, mint on card, just whatever you got, you can reach out to me if you want to avoid selling on eBay. My email is actionfiguregrader@gmail.com. I can put you in touch with some folks that may be interested in buying collections. I've had a number of subscribers sell their collections to folks that I know and been very, very happy. They pay very fair market prices and allows everybody to avoid all the eBay stuff that you got to deal with sometimes. So just keep that in mind, actionfiguregrader@gmail.com. All right, let's dig in. First, we're going to start with some vehicles. This was a loose, complete Rebel transport. It included the box, all of the paperwork, and it even included the sealed baggie that has all the backpacks and the gas masks inside. The stickers were applied, as you can see there, but it does have the catalog as well as the instruction sheet. Pretty awesome item. Pretty awesome item. The final sales price was $178.10 plus $55 shipping. So let's call that about $230. That's a pretty good price for considering that the box was in fantastic condition, and that Rebel Transport is a really cool item. I've got one hanging right here, as you can see, and I even have the gas masks and backpacks sitting inside. So it's just sitting up here in the corner, hanging from the ceiling in my collection room. Next up is a snow speeder. It looked to be in pretty great shape. It included a box that had some edge wear. It was still working, as you can see here. The lasers were lighting up in the photos. It included the instruction sheet as well. That one sold for $269 plus $18 shipping. So big money for a loose, complete snow speeder with the box and in working condition. Next up was another big price. This was the AT-AT or AT-AT, and this included the box as well as, I believe, the paperwork, the instruction sheet there. It looked to be in really clean condition overall, and $535 took that one home, plus $47.99 shipping. So almost $600 for a loose, complete AT-AT with the box, and I thought that was a pretty surprising price. I think mainly it's because the box was in pretty good shape overall. Next up, I've got a lot of 3 droids, R5-D4, the power droid, as well as a First 12 R2-D2. And they weren't perfect by any means, but they were in pretty great shape, probably overall 80 condition, maybe 75 for some of them. Like the R5-D4 had some discoloration on the head there, as you can see. The R2-D2 had a lot of scuffing and some scratches and things like that, scuffing on the sticker. But still, $56 for that lot of 3 plus $7 shipping was a pretty great price in my mind for very displayable 3-pack of droids. And then Midwest Vintage Toys, I don't think I've ever bought from this seller, but he had a number of loose, complete figures that all sold at auction that I wanted to go through. The first one is a green-sabered Luke Jedi Knight, and it included the Palace Blaster and his cape. That one sold for $93.24 plus $5 shipping. He also had a Han Hoth outfit, just some light wear to it, some wear around the hand. Some of the paint is starting to kind of come off on the legs there. This is like the light tan pants version. And he did include a photo of the COO markings. You can see the damage on the back of the figure there, made in Hong Kong. That one sold for $20.50 plus $5 shipping. Pretty fair price, really, for a Han Hoth. A Wicket also sold. Wickets always tend to go for pretty good money. This one looked to be in pretty good shape overall. That one sold for $45 plus $5 shipping. He also had a nice looking Darth Vader, 100% complete. And this one was a no COO based on the photos I can see here. It's got the GMFGI 1977, but no Hong Kong on there. So I think that would be like a Palitoy figure. I guess it could be a Spanish PvP, like a blob COO, but it looks like just the plain no COO to me. That one sold for $48 plus $5 shipping. Pretty good price for a nice clean looking Darth Vader. So pretty clean. Pretty clean condition. Next up was a Princess Leia Endor. The most expensive part is going to be that little blaster pistol, but it included her helmet, her poncho as well as the utility belt, and that one sold for $69 plus $5 shipping. Good number, $69. Next up is a 100% TIE Fighter. It was, slightly yellowed, and that kept the price down. These very regularly sell on Facebook for $100 to $150, depending on condition. This one was pretty rough, though. It had quite a bit of yellowing to it. You can see the yellowing to the fuselage relative to the wings there. So, this is probably like in 70 grade condition, but $56 plus $10.99 shipping. That's a pretty good price for, the early TIE Fighter that's made in white plastic. I got a couple of die casts that also sold. This was one I was tempted to bid on because it was in really great shape. This is the die cast X-Wing. It just had one little bit of chipping over by the cockpit there. You can see one little piece of paint has chipped off there, but overall, otherwise, in really great condition. And I was so tempted to bid on it, but I was saving up for something and I wanted to be good. And I've already got I just picked up the die-cast Cloud car that I sent into CAS that I'm hoping will get an 80 grade. This one would probably get an 80 grade as well. It looked to be in really good condition, so I didn't bid on it, but great price, $35.56 for the die-cast X-Wing plus $6 shipping. That is a fantastic price for one that is in near mint condition. This was also a pretty nice looking one. This one was the Imperial Cruiser die-cast, and it included the hard-to-find little plug-in Tantive 4 piece that usually is missing. It did have enough chipping on it that I stayed away from it, but the rest of the paint was in excellent condition. You really got to look at the dark gray paint on the top of the Imperial Cruiser. That usually is pretty worn, but the main culprit on this one is the edges. You can see the chipping going on around the edges on the outside of the Imperial Cruiser, but probably in 75 plus condition. It just wasn't quite good enough for me to pull the trigger on it, but that sold for $65 plus $5 shipping. Next up, I got a couple of different Admiral Ackbar mailaways. This one is just the heat sealed made in Hong Kong baggie by itself, none of the other box or paperwork. That one sold for $73.68 plus $4 shipping. But there's one that came that was complete, and this one still had the Revenge of the Jedi paperwork before they removed that. It also included the Jedi Collections catalog, the sealed baggie with Admiral Ackbar inside, and then the very hard to find box. This set sold for $141 and change plus $5 shipping. That was a great deal. High grade, let's call it 80 grade plus condition. This can command, $300 graded easily, if not way more than that. So I think that for $141 complete with the mail away, including the harder to find Revenge of the Jedi, sheet that comes inside that box, that was a really good buy. Next up, this was an incredible item, and I apologize, I don't remember who it was that sent this to me. I think it was Hollow Chronicles Podcast on Twitter. Make sure to go check him out, but he sent this one to me, I believe. And this was a 10-pack of figures, JCPenney 10-pack. Very, very rare. Here are the 10 baggies that were included inside. You got Luke Bespin. You got the FX7 medical droid with the droopy arm. I feel you, FX7. The older I get, the droopier I get. I had the white Bespin guard, Yoda, IG-88, the Hoth Rebel Soldier, Han Hoth, the Hoth Stormtrooper, Leia Bespin, and Lando Bespin. That one sold for $3,097 on 31 bids on November 20th. A really incredible 10-pack and 100% complete. So congratulations, whoever bought that one. That's a very tough to find item. I'm going to go ahead and dig in now to some Polish bootlegs. This is a first-generation articulated Polish bootleg Zuckuss that was from 1985. I really wanted this one because I've got another example that's a slightly different paint scheme, and I also have one with a different weapon. This is a first-generation weapon. This is a blue Zuckuss blaster rifle that's a Polish bootleg, and then this is kind of the matte green finish. Mine's more of a metallic finish, but a great-looking first-generation Zuckuss that is very tough to find, and it was in near mint plus condition. I bought from this seller before, very trusted, from Poland. That one sold for $240.50 plus $10 shipping, but a fantastic deal. These can be double that price easily in the Facebook bootleg group, so congratulations on that one. Next up, he had a couple of Ewoks. First was Chief Chirpa, a first-generation unarticulated Chirpa. That one sold for $215. Again, a very, very fair price, usually $400 plus. Next up, he also had a Logray, first-generation static bootleg. That sold for $162.50. And if you don't know these Polish bootlegs, the Ewoks are some of the rarest and most difficult to find and usually command easily double this price. $300 to $450 is usually the going rate for the Polish bootleg Ewoks. So $162.50 for that was a fantastic buy. Next up was a first generation Stormtrooper with a Polish bootleg Bespin blaster pistol, articulated and in the very tough to find kind of classic style of white and black. I've got one of these in a third generation, but this first generation is really nice. It's a beautiful example. That one sold for $238.50. Again, a very fair price and worth every penny of that price. Next up, I got a last 17 Amanaman. This one was complete and it looked pretty mint, and that one sold for $235 plus $5.50 shipping. All the last 17 figures continue to command big money prices, but that one was in great condition. And then finally, I had the ATL Interceptor from the Star Wars Droids line from 1985. It says it's complete. I have no idea. I know nothing about the ATL Interceptor, but it sold for $202.50 plus $578 shipping. So clearly that's an in-demand vehicle. Any of those Droids vehicles like the ATL Interceptor, and I can't remember the other one that was available in that line, but they always command pretty good prices, either sealed in box or loose and complete like this one. So anyway, just some more loose complete variants that sold here recently. I thought I'd share them on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.